Welcome to Flight Path, presented by the Clark County Department of Aviation. Super Bowl 58 was a huge success for Las Vegas, and our airports were front and center. Before we move on to our next big event, we'll take a look back at how we welcomed the world to Las Vegas. And if you've ever wondered what happened to unclaimed items at the airport, stick around while we look behind the scenes at our lost and found. Plus, we'll share 5 things you may not know about LAS. All of this and more is coming up. Super Bowl 58 started and ended at LAS, and all throughout the days before and after, the airport was bustling with activity.
Touchdown, San Francisco!
The teams arrived first, providing a photo op seen by millions around the world. The airport worked closely with the Las Vegas Super Bowl host committee to coordinate the arrivals and media event. The teams each arrived on their own charter flights just an hour apart and boarded buses parked outside a private hangar. 8 additional charter flights carried family and friends to and from LAS. A total of 64 buses were staged plainside and escorted off the airfield to take passengers to their accommodations. As fans arrived, their first look at Las Vegas was the airport, where they were greeted by photo ops, entertainment, giveaways, friendly employees and volunteers, and shops selling Super Bowl merchandise.
We also have supplemented our hundreds of workers here that are transportation security officers with an additional 75 TSOs.
Law enforcement partners stepped up their presence and extended their hours, ensuring the airport was safe and secure and that travelers enjoyed a seamless experience. In addition to commercial traffic and special charter flights, private jet operations were busy in the days surrounding the big game, with close to 1,400 takeoffs and landings across our general aviation airports in Jean, Henderson, and North Las Vegas. Super Bowl weekend also ended at LAS, with the TSA screening 103,978 passengers on Monday after the game, breaking the previous one-day record of 103,409 passengers set on October 29, 2023.
The new curbside concierge service at LAS allows travelers to skip the line at the ticket counters and go directly to the security checkpoint. This remote bag drop is available inside the airport rent-a-car center and at the departures curb at Terminal 3. With on-site parking in high demand, this is an added benefit to locals who park in the remote lot located across the street from the rental car center. After you find your parking spot, just drop off your bags and take a quick shuttle ride to the terminals. Use of this service is currently complimentary. However, regular bag fees assessed by the airlines still apply. This is available for customers of select domestic airlines at LAS. Bags must be checked in at least 90 minutes prior to the flight's scheduled departure time. Those flying on international airlines must still check in at the ticket counter. Curbside Concierge is open Thursday through Monday from 4 a.m. to noon at Terminal 3 and from 4 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the rental car center.
You know your go-to airlines, airport restaurants, and even where to take the best selfies on the fly. But here are 5 things you maybe don't know about LAS. At more than 14,000 feet, runway 8 left, 26 right is the second longest commercial runway in North America. The Innovation Checkpoint at LAS allows for side-by-side live testing of emerging security technologies and is the only one of its kind. Check it out on Level 0 in Terminal 3. In 2001, LAS was the first airport to reopen after the federal government closed airspace to commercial traffic following the September 11th terror attacks. A 995-foot-long underground tunnel connects the D gates to international arrivals at Terminal 3. The addition of this tunnel in 2017 doubled our capacity to accommodate direct international flights. Finally, LAS is home to Dina, a German short-haired pointer who was voted the Transportation Security Administration's cutest canine of 2023. And those are just some of the things that make LAS unique.
The Goodyear blimp was seen gliding above the strip in January for the annual Consumer Electronics Show. But where was it during its Las Vegas visit when it wasn't airborne? North Las Vegas Airport, one of the 5 airports in the Clark County Department of Aviation system. The iconic aircraft parked, took off, and landed at the airport, a facility that provides valuable community services and acts as a reliever for Harry Reid International Airport.
March 5th marked the inaugural flight between Toronto Pearson International Airport and LAS on Canada's Porter Airlines.
Porter is growing quite a lot in the last year and going forward, and Las Vegas is one of those markets that we looked at from the beginning as a key place that we want to be. So we're starting with 1 daily flight, and we hope that we can grow that over time.
Hello, welcome to Las Vegas.
The start of this daily nonstop service was celebrated in true Las Vegas fashion, with showgirls on hand to welcome passengers.
With Porter's Toronto service, we now have 141 flights arriving each week from 11 different cities across Canada. And that all helps retain Canada as our #1 source of international visitation for Las Vegas.
Porter offers an elevated in-flight experience with no middle seats, complimentary beer and wine, free premium snacks, and free Wi-Fi for all customers.
Canadians love Las Vegas and they love free beer and wine on their flight, so it just is another opportunity. We expect great things out of this and additional visitors from Toronto.
The Las Vegas flights add to the airline's growing list of destinations in the Western U.S.
You know, I started right out of high school. I started some college, but I started a family pretty early in life, and I went to work for a concrete contractor here in town. And so I did concrete work for a number of years. I did structural steel type work and bent a lot of steel and sheared a lot of steel that went into the Luxor and some of our hotels that we have here early on. But then an opportunity opened up at the airport. And, you know, it was at a time when common use was starting to proliferate for the airport, and they were taking back a lot of areas and functions, and they were hiring a lot of custodians at the time. And it wasn't necessarily my background, but it was an opportunity to get my foot in the door here with the county and the airport. And I did have some friends and family that worked in the public sector, you know, explain to me and express some of the benefits, and specifically the airport, because it's such an important part of the local economy. So I was very excited to take that position as a custodian here. The pay wasn't as good when I took this job as what I had. But that wasn't really what I was thinking about. I was starting a family and I was thinking long term, and this looked like a really great place to build a career. Public sector jobs compared to the private sector jobs, yes, you can make a lot of money in terms of the wage in the private sector, but the benefits, the insurance, the potential of a really nice pension down the road, you know, should you get there, was just so enticing. And raising a young family, having the health insurance to be able to make sure that everybody is covered was really important. And the private sector couldn't compete with that here. So even with the wage being maybe a little bit lower to start, I knew that wouldn't last. You know, you get all those benefits right away, and then you start to work your way up and make some more money. I think what makes this place awesome is it's so dynamic. There's so many career paths and opportunities and training opportunities for you that the county and the DOA provides. So I would say the willingness of the organization to be loyal to me if I work hard and I'm ambitious and work my way up, you know, give me chances. And I had a lot of mentors along the way, to be honest with you. I would say that's another really big highlight for me is I expressed my ambitions, and I had a lot of people that were willing to pay it forward, that were willing to take the time to talk to me and answer questions that I had and more or less guide me on how to position myself for that next promotion I might want. For me, that was huge, because yes, I'm trying to take care of my family, but as a human being, you want to grow, you want to learn. It's not just about the money, it's about self-fulfillment, and I have to say that this organization has given me every opportunity to do that. I think I've worked in about 4 different divisions. All of my career time is here with the Department of Aviation. I started as a custodian, as I mentioned. I was able to get a promotion into the facilities division, which I'm in now, in the building maintenance section. So I was a maintenance worker 1-2, I believe, is what I promoted to. And then I saw an opportunity for a lateral transfer over at North Las Vegas Airport. So I went over to GA for about 4 or 5 years. And then from there, of course, more promotional opportunities were back here at the main airport. So I came back here as a senior maintenance worker in the facilities division again, and then from there I became a supervisor in the facilities division. And then from there, once I completed my bachelor's degree of science and business management, not too long after I was promoted as a management analyst 2, working title project coordinator in the construction engineering division is what it was called at the time. That was such an exciting time in my career. I had the opportunity to work on a number of really high-profile Terminal 3 projects. That program started to wrap up. I saw an opportunity back here in facilities again, and I came back over as the building maintenance superintendent. Then I was afforded the opportunity to become the manager. And at that time I was default division head and really learned all about the rest of the functions. We have 9 different work groups and facilities that cover all the different various asset mixes that we have here. So there's a lot of moving parts. And learning all about that and working with the teams that are amazing that we have, it afforded me the opportunity to get where I am now, which is the managing director of the facilities and maintenance division. The DOA is really, and the county in general is very good at that. They offer a full range of courses, whether they're professional, sometimes technical, and things of that nature through their organizational development center. And here at the DOA, because we're a very large department, we have our own folks that do wellness and training, and I got to tell you, over the years, it just continually has gotten better. So those folks that are willing to take the time to educate themselves with the courses that are afforded them through the county, tons of opportunities there, and I took advantage of a lot of those along the way. First and foremost, have a good attitude. You know, life is short. Show up every day on time. Work hard and just have a good attitude and have a good day every day. And if you do that, you can go pretty far around here. Naturally, you need, ambition if you want to promote or you want to, have other aspirations. Look, we all started somewhere. You have to get your foot in the door somehow. Really, if you tell us this is what I would like to do, and that's a logical career path, we will help you get there. I would say I'm most proud of being able to take a chance on someone and help them expand and grow and step up into a role that they were scared to step into that role, but I helped them feel better about that and how to be successful and how to navigate that in that new role and that new challenge. And listen, that's what we need. That succession planning and just helping that next generation of folks behind us is so important. I love the operations side of the house where I am now. Again, it's such an important integral part of what we do here at the airport to keep things running, obviously. But I would have to say, again, that learning experience and growth experience is huge for me. And it always has been in my career. About every 4 or 5 years, I tend to be ready to take on another role and challenge. When I was in construction engineering and we were doing some of those very challenging projects having to deal with the resort corridor folks, when we're trenching power lines right down, Tropicana and crossing Las Vegas Boulevard, and I had to get every single hotel operator to sign off on that, and agree to it. That wasn't easy, but it was so fun and challenging getting out there and doing something that was absolutely critical for Terminal 3. Those power lines don't get there, that opening date's not happening, obviously. So being involved with that and some of those technical projects, I would say it was just very, very exciting times.
The airport is busier than ever, and with so many people and their backpacks, phones, keys, and carry-ons dashing through LAS, chances are some travelers' belongings will get left behind. But don't worry, if your item is turned into Lost and Found, there's a behind-the-scenes team working diligently to reunite travelers and their stuff.
There's multiple ways of getting in touch with the passenger. One is if their item comes into us and we have a phone number or an address. Let's say if we have a phone number, we'll give them a call. If we have an address, we can send them a postcard.
Items are dropped off throughout the day, and the Lost and Found employees carefully catalog, label, and store them in hopes of a match with passenger reports made either by phone or via the airport's website.
Most items what we get here are a lot of laptops, iPads.
The Lost and Found uses serial numbers to verify ownership.
We handle everything on airport property, the garage, the shuttle buses, TSA checkpoints. Anything on airport property will be turned into us.
Some lost items simply aren't turned in, or if they were left on an aircraft,
you would want to go to your airline in the baggage service office.
Items are kept in the LAS Lost and Found office for 30 days. If they still aren't claimed after that, they are donated to charity or sold at auction by Clark County.
Or if it's personal information, we will destroy it so no information is out there in the public.
Managing laptops, coats, cell phones, and IDs turned into the Lost and Found is a lot of work. But for the people who work there, it's rewarding to reunite travelers with their things.
When a passenger come up looking for an item, we give them their iPad. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, thank you. We like to see that a lot.
An airfield construction project at Harry Reid Airport aims to increase safety and efficiency by taking a runway drainage system below ground.
It's important to keep the runways water-free because if we get any puddles or a lot of water on the runways, then that can affect the braking action of the aircraft.
Crews began work last year to replace above-ground drainage ditches with underground drain pipes. These pipes will help direct water away from the ends of runway 26 left and 26 right.
We try to rid the airfield of as much water as possible, whether that be flowing or standing, because the more water that is on the airfield, then eventually over time that can create vegetation, and then vegetation attracts small rodents and wildlife, and then that can in turn attract larger wildlife and larger rodents. And we want to try and keep wildlife off the airfield as much as possible for safety reasons for the aircraft.
The underground drainage system will also reduce the need for necessary maintenance due to erosion around the existing drainage ditches.
It's a big benefit for not just the aircraft operations but the passengers in general, because if we can maintain the safety of the runways and the airfield, that means that we can safely move aircraft in and out of the airport in a timely manner. And there's nothing more important to our passengers than getting them in and out of here not only safely but in a timely manner.
The scope of work calls for nearly 4 miles of storm drain pipe to be installed. Estimated completion for the federally funded project is late this summer.
TSA's latest addition at the checkpoint might look familiar to travelers who have used self-checkout at grocery stores or self-bag tagging at the airport. Initially intended for TSA pre-check passengers, a new self-screening system offers travelers a security checkpoint experience with minimal interaction with transportation security officers.
It will allow passengers to use their face to check their bags, to access the checkpoint without exchanging a credential back and forth, and to access the gate to get on board aircraft.
The self-service screening concept is intended to improve the customer experience without sacrificing security.
We can have actual passengers come through these innovative new ways of doing business and really assess how it works and how to fine-tune it, and plus it does give us that extra capacity that's so important.
It enables pre-check passengers to complete the security screening process on their own by first confirming their identity and flight reservations through facial recognition, then placing bags on a conveyor belt to be screened before walking through a scanner.
Self-screening gives us not only a better experience and a smoother path of travel for our passenger, the security behind it is quicker and it's actually greater.
The scanner looks for items that shouldn't be there and tells the traveler if they need to remove a wallet, keys, or other items from their pocket before proceeding. Once cleared, the passengers collect their carry-on and it's on their way. If they have any questions during screening, passengers can interact with TSA officers via a touchscreen monitor.
Hello, how can I help you?
The self-screening system is being tested exclusively at LAS. Like much of the technology in place at the Innovation Checkpoint, it has the potential to enhance the passenger experience and change what checkpoints of the future look like.
I'm actually honored that TSA did choose us to be their one and only innovation checkpoint and be able to test all the different technologies that keep on evolving.
Thanks for joining us at Harry Reid International Airport. If you're traveling soon, be sure to follow us on social media for travel tips and information, and use all the resources of our website, harryreidairport.com. We'll see you next time on Flight Path.